Hey guys, welcome back to Barry's Corner. It's Emily here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys all the books that I got from a used bookstore. So recently, in the past couple of days, I went to a local used bookstore called Mr. K's, and they don't just sell books, they sell vinyls, DVDs, all that good stuff. But I bought 9 books while I was there, so I was like, okay guys, we need to do a little used bookstore haul. So I'm going to be showing you guys all the books that I got as well as their respective prices, because since it is a used bookstore, the prices are a little bit cheaper. But before we begin, please subscribe, please comment down below, and like this video. All of my social links are down in the description box below, as well as my Amazon wishlist if you would like to gift me a book. Okay, now let's get on into the video. The first book that I bought is One to Watch by Kate Stayman London. I think I was the most excited to buy this book, which says a lot. I've heard so many good things about this book recently on BookTube. So this follows a girl named Bea Schumacher, and she is a plus-size fashion blogger. And one day in this fictional world, she was watching the Bachelor/Bachelorette type show Main Squeeze, and she realized that there's a really big lack of diversity on the show. There has never been a plus-size bachelorette, so she blogs about it, and they ask her to be the first plus-size bachelorette. Of course, she says yes, but she vows to never fall in love, not to date, because she kind of ruled off dating. So she's basically only doing this to advance her career, but then once she gets on the show, it's kind of difficult. I recently read this book because I was just so excited, and honestly, it did not live up to the hype. I gave this book a 3 stars, but I definitely think it was worth a read if you are interested. I really love the diversity in this book. The diversity, just like everybody said, was really realistic, not only with plus size diversity, but racial diversity as well. And then also one of the guys, like contestants' son, it's like a cross dresser. He likes wearing dresses and he likes makeup, but he still goes by he, him pronouns. So that was good diversity. And then there was some asexual representation as well, which was cool to see. But overall, I think it was a good purchase, and this was $8.50 when it was originally $17. The second book that I bought is Blood and Honey by Shelby Mehurin. This is a sequel to Serpent and Dove. I believe it's going to be a trilogy, but it might be a series. I'm not sure, but Serpent and Dove is a book about a witch and a witch hunter who are forced to be in an arranged marriage, and around them a lot of witchcraft is going on, and then there's a specific witch in particular that is hunting down the witch that is in the arranged marriage. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I read Serpent and Dove, I believe, last year for a 24-hour readathon that I never posted, which is such a shame because I read 6 books in that vlog, but I digress. And I thought that book was okay. I gave it a 3 stars. I did not like the beginning, but I really liked the ending. I thought it set up for a perfect second book. So on TikTok, everybody is just raving about Blood and Honey. And I mean, like, look at this cover. It is absolutely stunning. But I was just kind of nervous to buy this book, to get this book, because I felt so iffy about Serpent and Dove. But then when I started thinking about it, I was like, the ending of Serpent and Dove really set up for a good book, second book. I think this will be a lot better, and especially since TikTok is saying that it's a lot better. So I'm excited. I bought it. I bought it for $9.50, and the original price was $19. This next book I have been wanting for years. I think it's been on my Amazon wishlist for about 3 years now, and it is History Is All You've Left Me by Adam Silvera. Every single time I try to explain what this book is about, I always get choked up, so let's see if I can do it today. It is about a guy named Griffin, and his first love and ex-boyfriend Theo died by drowning. Griffin is kind of taken by surprise, and even though Theo had moved on and got a new boyfriend named Jackson, Griffin always expected for them to be together at the end. So Griffin goes into a downward spiral, and the only person that can really understand him was Theo's current boyfriend, Jackson. And even though they are opening up to each other, and I believe there's a romance, I'm not sure, his OCD is really getting in the way and causing his spiral to be really bad. So at least I didn't choke up a lot that time. I've been really wanting to read a book about OCD representation. I don't think I've ever read a book with OCD rep in it, which is bad on my part, but I've heard such great things about this, especially in the beginning of my time here on BookTube. I haven't heard about it much recently, but I'm really excited. It's not that thick, and I've always wanted to read something like this and read more of Adam Silvera's books. So I got this book for $5.50 when it was originally $11. The next book I bought is also by Adam Silvera. It is They Both Die at the End. This is about two guys named Rufus and Mateo, and in their world, the day that you die, they call you on the phone and they tell you this is your death day. So they have this app where you can find another person that is also dying on that day and live and have an adventure on that day. So they find each other, and there is a romance involved in here. I read this about a year ago on audiobook, and I really, really liked this story. I didn't like the romance so much. I felt like it was kind of insta-lovey and I didn't really feel it that much. But when I read it on audiobook, I loved it. Everybody raved about this book and I definitely understood the hype and I really wanted to buy it physically, but I could never like justify it because I had so many other books on my TBR that I wanted to also buy physically, and I had already read this book. But when I saw it today in like this beautiful, perfect condition hardcover, I was like, okay, this is God telling me something that I need to get this book and reread it because it's been a while. And recently on TikTok, they've been talking about it again. So I'm like, you know what? Let me buy this, give it another try, see how I like it now, if the romance is any better. I don't know. But I bought this book for $9 when this was originally $18. The next book that I bought, the synopsis is kind of confusing to me, and I do not think I will convey this correctly, but let's see if I do. I bought First Life by Jenna Showalter. I've heard a lot of people talk about this book, and everybody that I've seen that have actually read it, they liked it, they thought it was good. This follows a girl named Ten Lee, and she is locked up in prison because in her world, the first life, the life that we're living right now, is just dress rehearsal and everything really starts after you die. So she's in prison right now because she is not allowing her parents to choose where she spends or where she lives in her afterlife. And then randomly it switches because there's like two realms of power and they're trying to capture her, and so she's on the run. I don't know. It was really confusing. The synopsis is like kind of confusing to me. But I bought this on Thrift Books a couple years ago and it came like really like water damaged, and so my boyfriend wanted to read it because I was like, hey, I haven't read this but I think you'll enjoy it. So he's reading it right now, and he says it's cool, he says it's nice. So when I saw it in this perfect condition for only $3, I was like, babe, you can keep that water damage book, I got this one now. So I've never read it and I don't think I'll read it anytime soon, but it was only $3 and I do want to get to it some time. So if you read this book, please tell me if you liked it or if you hated it to like try to get me to read it sooner. I don't know, but I'm intrigued. I think my boyfriend's liking it, but I don't know if I'll like it. So I might read it. I hope I read it this year. The next book that I bought is The Toll by Neil Shusterman. This is the third and final installment in the Arc of the Scythe series. And in the first book, Scythe, it follows two teenagers, Citra and Rowan, and in their utopian world, you cannot be killed regularly. You can't just die, no matter by age or if you literally jump off a building. A scythe has to glean you. So it follows Citra and Rowan, who are apprentices to a scythe, and at the end of the book, one of them will become a scythe and they have to kill the other. It is a very, very intriguing synopsis. A year or two ago, I read Scythe and I gave that a 3 stars, and I read Thunderhead, which I gave a 4 stars. I was really, really excited. Actually, no, I was mildly excited to read the last book in this series, but recently all the hype surrounding it has been pretty bad. Like, I've just heard really mixed like reviews and emotions. So I'm not going into this with really high hopes, especially since Neil Shusterman's writing as a whole, I just find it very underwhelming because I'm like one of the only people that doesn't fully like the Scythe series. I just find it very, very underwhelming. I think the world as a whole is really well done and really well developed, but just I realized because of Neil Shusterman's writing, I just find the whole book very underwhelming because I also read Dry by Neil Shusterman and I felt the exact same feeling. So yeah, but I bought this book. I'm excited to finally complete the series. Maybe I'll get a sense of satisfaction, and I bought this for $10 when the original price was $19.99. Now, the final 3 books are all a part of the same series, and honestly, I am more excited to say that I've read these books and say that I'm a part of that group of people that have than to actually read these books, and it is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead. Everybody recently has been reading these books, like literally everybody. I just saw a girl do a vlog about it and say that she loves the books. So I bought them for myself. About a year or two ago, I went to Goodwill and I saw Frostbite and Shadow Kiss. and only for $1. So I was like, let me buy these 2 books now, so if I ever do want to read the series, I'll just buy the rest of the books. So when I saw them at Mr. K's, I was like, this is the time. Everybody's reading them, everybody's rereading them. I need to buy them, I need to get them, and I need to read them. I cannot tell you what these books are about. I saw the movie on Netflix like a while ago, and honestly, that movie confused the heck out of me. Like, I don't even know what it was about. All I do know is that it is about a girl named Rose, and she is like a demi-vampire where she's like half human, half vampire, and she is supposed to protect this princess vampire. I don't know, I think her name is Lisa, not sure. But they have to go to a boarding school where people are kind of like attacking them and like threatening them, I think. I don't know. In that same vlog that I told you this girl was reading them, she says that it sounds very, very complicated. But once you start reading it, Rochelle Mead does a fantastic job of kind of simplifying everything and making everything really easy to understand. So the first book I got was Vampire Academy. I got this for $3.95. The second book that I got is Spirit Bound, and I got this for $3.65. And the next book I got was Blood Promise, and I got this for $3.30. And I know that these are different like covers, but I don't really care. They are the same size, so like I don't mind, and they're similar in color. If it really bothers me down the line, I'll just buy all of them in this cover because this is like so freaking beautiful. I don't know, I love this so much. But yeah, those are all the books that I bought at the used bookstore. Thank you guys for watching this video. I want to encourage you guys to buy from used bookstores more often. For me, it's a way to buy some books that you really want to read without supporting them authors. Like, I've never read Harry Potter before and I really want to read it, but this way I don't directly support J.K. Rowling. So if y'all want to do that, this is a good way. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe, please comment down below, and do whatever you want to do. And goodbye.